Attention on deck!
Hi everybody, Army P here for eXplorminate.net, and welcome to our sneak peek of Stellaris with the new DLC Leviathans installed. Now I'm going to be kind of taking you through the beginning of the game when it comes to starting a brand new empire, the fledging couple first years that are always a bit of a challenge and exciting when it comes to seeing what's in your initial sector and the different neighbors that you're going to encounter. And then from there, what I'm going to do is I'm going to base all of the different videos from here on in this playlist and this preview more based off of some of the major aspects that Leviathan has offered in terms of its DLC. So we're going to kick off right away by starting a brand new game. And you can see here that I've made the Valter Kingdom using this cute little butterfly, which is nicknamed a cutesy, one of the new portraits that are available. But for this case, I think we'll lock him in. Why not? And we'll see him somewhere along the way in our next playthrough. But we're going to create a brand new empire. And you can see right here and I believe these are the free portraits that are available for 1.3 Heinlein. You can kind of see the new humanoid type portraits that we have available. And clearly we've got some inspirations from Star Trek. That looks like a mix of a Cardassian and a Klingon. We've got someone here, kind of looks a little bit like a Mass Effect type character. That's just wild. You know what that reminds me of? Like the Fifth Element. Remember that opera singer? That's totally what that is inspired of. And this, of course, reminds me of an awesome Vulcan. So lots of different humanoid pictures that we can choose from. And as we go down further, you can see some of the different cutesy type portraits that were added in the DLC Leviathan. So I'm going to pick one of the cutesy ones just for fun, because I think it's hilarious that they added these. Oh, look at this, a giant starfish. Why not? We'll pick him. Okay, we're going to pick a random name, Asanti, or Azani? That's not bad. How about, what do we got here? Yalon. Yeah, there you go. That's a nice name. Biography. Super cute. Cute. There, that's your background. Ship prefix. We'll go with, what are we gonna go? NCC. Why not? We'll do a little bit of Star Trek in here. NCC. I love it. Okay. Now we're gonna pick our different racial traits. You know, in this case, I think what we're gonna do. It looks like we've got 2 trait points left, but we get a total of 5 picks. From what I've been able to tell, it doesn't look like there's too many additions here, if any, if that I can tell. And the adjustments, unfortunately, because there's no patch notes at this time though I'm playing this, right, because this is a pre-release copy, I've not been able to dig too deeply into different racial traits in terms of if they've been changed. So what I think we're going to do is just kind of I think we're going to go rapid breeders. I always like rapid breeders, of course, which give us a 10% growth turn rate. So we're going to be growing fast and they're super cute. So I'm going to say they're charismatic. They make other people happy. So we're fast, breed, not the best min-max picks, but we're charismatic, we're super cute. Means that other people like us when we're our different races either come to a different planet or when different aliens migrate to ours. And we breed really quick because, let's face it, if you were that cute, I'm guessing you'd be breeding all the time. Color variants. Let's go with the traditional yellow. And let's see who we're gonna... Vestasa? Veslasa? Yeah, I'll take it. Okay, we're going to carry on. Now, this is another trait that they've changed. They've categorized all of the different planets into either dry, wet, or frozen. So what happens is you get a choice of one of these 3 different columns. Now, you can see here I've choosing a wet climate. So ocean's wet, a continental is wet, and a tropical is wet. Now in this 3, whatever I choose as my main decision or my main planet, I will have a 80% habitability to it. So I'll be able to colonize this and be able, my habitability will be 80%. Let's say I choose ocean, which I'm probably going to do because of course we're going to go with a little bit of a role playing of a giant starfish. Now, if you'll go down to the different ones here under the wet category, as continental is wet and tropical is wet, I will have a 60% habitability to this location. So I'll be able to colonize all 3 of these under the wet category right off the bat. I don't actually need to colonize, it's not locked behind a tech anymore. I don't need to be able to unlock the tech tropical world or continental. That being said, under frozen, be Arctic, Alpine, and Tundra. On the dry category, be it desert, arid, or savanna, I believe my habitability is 20%, and I believe there's new tech that make it so that if I want to colonize a frozen world or a dry world, that it will increase my habitability. So that being said, I also like the idea that the different colonization isn't locked behind tech, because if we really want a different planet, let's say that I've got this great frozen planet that's got a new strategic resource and it's local and something that does my entire buff, I can take it right away and then try to buff that planet either using edicts or a different infrastructure on my planet, so that the offset I have for inhabitability being 20% could be offset with happiness bonuses until I get that tech. So I like that. It gives me a little bit more options when I'm colonizing my world. Okay, what we're gonna do, Groll, that sounds about right. Ocean preference, why not? You'll see here the background has changed a little bit when it comes to being in an ocean world. I do believe that these have been updated. I think we're gonna take we'll take a mammal city. Why not? That seems like that's something they would build. Now our government and ethics. Now these have been changed considerably. I've noticed when I was playing in a game off screen that I had, I believe it was individualists. You'll see here, yeah, the individualist has an empire or a policy happiness impact of minus 20%. So anything that would make my people unhappy, I actually get a minus of 20% on that debuff. So you can see here that there's been some changes. There's been some not additions, but definitely changes and reworks when it comes to the different ethics and governments. I'll leave it to you guys to explore and experiment and try out what you want for your best one. So these giant guys seem like they're the cutest dudes ever. I don't know about pacifist, but I think we'll take a xenophile, giving me a diplomatic influence cost of minus 25 and xenophobia minus 5%. And we'll make you spiritualist. Why not? Spiritualist. Should we go mega military? I don't know. I'm certain. Why not? If they're this cute, why not they're militaristic? No, I think I'm going to go for the ethnic divergence. I really like that. Okay, for our government, I think we're going to happiness, food consumption, minus 10%. We're already growing fast, so that would also be excellent. We'd be able to fill up planets very quickly. What else have we got? I think we're going to take Divine Mandate. Why not? It has an edict cost of minus 15%, edict duration of plus 15%, and our ethnic divergence will be minus 10%. So it's going to be very difficult to change our base ethics and our base on that point, so that's going to be perfect. Empire name, we're going to go Valter Kingdom. Why not? Something cute, I would say. It looks like they definitely have added a few different flags as well. Why not a star? That'd be, of course, that would just make sense, wouldn't it? Definitely some nice options here. I think that I'm going to go, yeah, I think I like that star right here. Why not? And our primary color is something very, non-aggressive. There you go. Why not? Purple and blue. So we're going for a Valter Kingdom. Will be ocean world preference. We've got our government and ethics as spiritual and xenophile. And our race, what do we have for our race? And we picked rapid breeders and charismatic. Okay, so we're going to save this guy because I'll probably use him in a different game. Now, this is another thing that I really like. They've given us a lot more detail when it came to what's available to us when starting our initial map. Some of the basics here, we can start off. I'm going to play a smaller map with 400 stars. We'll probably play ellipticals, just that way we will encounter different AIs very quickly. Advanced AI starts. I will turn this down to 1 and increase the normal amount of starts to 11. Again, this is something that was in 1.2 that hasn't changed. Max Fallen Empires, I think we're going to take 2 because we're going to want the potential for them to be awakened and fight each other. So we'll take off that additional advanced AI start. Habitable worlds. Now the amount of habitable worlds has been decreased significantly in this patch. The idea being that every planet is a little bit more much more valuable. But if you don't like that, they've given us a slider, of course, to increase that or decrease it. I haven't played around too much again with Leviathans, the new DLC, or 1.3, so I'm just going to keep it at 100% of where they figure this decrease will be. Aggressiveness normal, difficulty normal, any faster than light method, clustered starts. This controls whether empires should spawn in clusters or randomly spread around the empire. So I think I'm going to turn this off. And just to see where we start. We might have a lot of room to expand and not have too many neighbors, or we might actually be clustered right in and other people will have a chance to move around. Advanced neighbors, of course we don't have any advanced AI. This tells us that if, because this is a lot of times, and one of the complaints that I've seen on the forums, and I've had personally, is that if you have an advanced AI start, and let's say you have that on 3 or 4, if you end up becoming neighbors with them, it could mean detriment depending on how your different ethics, if they differ. If they're a military, very heavy in military, and they're xenophobic, the chances are, no matter what your ethos is, unless it matches theirs perfectly, you're going to war early and you're probably going to be dominated. So because we have no advanced AIs, we don't have to worry about them being our neighbors. Endgame Crisis, of course, is on. I'm going to play Iron Man off just for the sake of any potential problems. So here we are, we've begun. So we have started off our Valter Kingdom. In the eons since the first primitive Valter communities took shape, on Grohl, our civilizations has spread and prospered. So we are ready to make our way into the great unknown and see what we have to offer. What I'm going to do here is, now that we've set up and I've showed off some of the different starting game options that we have, some of the different portraits, and just like I said, some of the different changes they've made in terms of habitability and planets, our different ethics, and some of the changes they've made there. I'm going to stop the video now, but what I'm going to do in the next video, I'm going to jump right into be doing a Let's Try of Stellaris with the new DLC Leviathans. Hope you got a chance to watch the video and enjoy it and see all of the different options you have in patch 1.3 to customize your next game and galaxy that you choose to play in. Want to give a shout out to Paradox at this point for giving us a preview copy, and let all of our awesome community members get a chance to preview and enjoy what will be a awesome experience going forward. So this is Army P for eXplorminate.net. Thanks for watching, guys, and make sure you stay tuned for the next video.